But everything started here on the 200 block of Chaparral Street, where police say a 19-year-old was murdered just a block away from the officer-involved shooting. The art of Mexican folk dance depicts traditional representations of gender and sexuality, but Colibri gives their own spin. Taryn, about 16 or so children had their own special rodeo here, complete with pretend bull and horse bucking, support animals, trophies. Not only can people come out and enjoy the airplanes in the air, they can also come and sit and see how it's like to sit in the cockpit of an airplane. There's been a steady flow of rain so far, but as the day has progressed, the rain has gotten stronger. Students will go into bathrooms and record themselves, either removing soap dispensers like these or even removing whole toilets. This is a spot where Ana Lopez Cortez would find her SUV ransacked, left with only a couple of pairs of heels left behind. Pieces of shattered glass from the passenger side window still remain. Mask on or mask off? Many Californians still have questions regarding California's mask mandate change on June 15th. The mural did take extensive damage, with tire marks starting from beginning to the end of the lettering. Police say grooves are dug into the piece itself. The Salinas Air Show is back with a bang.
This is our 40th year, and it's just tremendously satisfying and great to be back out and having the community here.
Last year, the pandemic put a halt to most events, including the air show, but one pair trucked all the way from Newman, California to witness the event.
I expected to be wowed, and I have been beyond wowed, like tears in my eyes, just can't believe it. It's incredible. The feeling that I had deep down as it flew past us, that's my favorite part so far.
She's talking about the Air Force 535 Lightning II, one of the newest fighters from the Air Force, flown by the first female commander, Air Force Combat Command, Major Kristen Wolf. There was also classical cars, monster trucks, and not only can people come out and enjoy the airplanes in the air, they can also come and sit and see how it's like to sit in the cockpit of an airplane. Pasculi also mentions that this event benefits the local community.
The biggest part about the air show is everything that we raise and above and beyond our expenses goes back to the community, goes back to charity. Much like the rodeo, we're bringing in people from all over the region. Money is being spent here locally in hotels and restaurants.
Outside a small coffee shop in Marina stood Larry Elder and his supporters rallying around him. Elder pitched a different vision for California, promising to be the better candidate for governor of the Golden State. He talked about the importance of small business, criticizing Newsom's response to COVID-19, including mask mandates.
Gavin Newsom has ordered every state worker who's not been vaccinated to be tested once a week and to wear a face mask at work. Now think about it. The whole point, I thought, behind getting a vaccination is that you're protected against people who've not been vaccinated. And if you've chosen not to be vaccinated, you're assuming the risk. So you're telling people who've assumed the risk to wear a mask to protect himself or herself from other people who've assumed the risk. That doesn't make any sense.
However, polls show that a majority of Californians want to keep Gavin Newsom. But if over 50% of voters vote yes on the recall, Larry Elder, the top candidate, would most likely be the next governor of California, according to the latest numbers. On Saturday, Newsom, while campaigning in Los Angeles, said that these elections are a matter of life and death.
Before his first cup of tea, he said he will sign an executive order eliminating the mask requirements in our public schools, eliminating the vaccine verification for healthcare workers. This race is about life and death. It's not exaggerated. This race is about life and death.
During the press conference and our one-on-one with Larry Elder, he spoke on a number of different issues, including forest management. Last year was a devastating year for the Central Coast, with fires like the CZU, Dolan, Carmel, and River fires. When asked what he would do to alleviate these problems, he offered all the ways that Newsom failed, saying superior management is needed, but no clear solution.
Gavin Newsom bragged he cleared 90,000, which would have been a drop in the bucket if true, but it wasn't true. He only cleared about 13% of what he said.
In order for your ballot to count in this recall election, it has to be postmarked by the 14th. And of course, you can always vote in person on Election Day. In Marina, Stephanie Aceves, KION News Channel 546.
When I heard the first shot, I ran away.
Gunshots early morning at around 1:45 a.m. on Tuesday. Salinas PD responding to a victim dead on the scene, and later police saw someone drive away at high speed and performed a traffic stop. That's when Salinas police say the officer-involved shooting occurred. A witness was there when the shooting happened.
And then I just heard multiple shots after, and then I ran and I got back inside the house, and I'm just trying to catch my breath. And then, 10 minutes pass by, I go outside and I see the guy already on the floor bleeding, and he was already shot.
The Monterey County District Attorney is currently investigating the shooting involving one officer and one suspect. The suspect was wounded but didn't have life-threatening injuries.
I could tell the gunshots were nearby, my house, because the fruit store is it's built with metal. So I heard the little clank in there, and I was like, oh, yep, this is nearby.
But everything started here on the 200 block of Chaparral Street, where police say a 19-year-old was murdered just a block away from the officer-involved shooting. Salinas PD says the homicide and officer-involved shooting are related, but won't say exactly how. Right now, Salinas PD is in charge of the homicide investigation, while the district attorney is in charge of the shooting.
Both of these incidents obviously happened in the vicinity of one another. Both independent crime scenes are related.
The DA said they don't know if the suspect was armed, but says the Attorney General did not respond to the incident and usually does when they are not armed. In Salinas, Stephanie Aceves, KION News Channel 546. Through every twist and turn of their rainbow-colored faldas, the harmonious strumming of the guitar, and the rhythmic tapping of shoes, the Ensamble Folclórico Colibrí is providing a space for those in the LGBTQ+ community. For Juan Serrano, who joined the group in 2019, this allows him to express himself freely.
Antes de entrar al grupo,
Before joining the group, I stopped smiling. I practically stopped smiling. Now when I put on my boots, pants, jacket, and sombrero, I feel excited.
I myself now identify as non-binary, and it is important for us to encompass everyone.
Since the age of 10, co-founder of the Ensamble Folclórico Colibrí, Arturo Magaña, has been in the arts in Mexico, but it wasn't until they immigrated to the U.S. that they lost a sense of belonging. They were in various groups before, but never felt truly represented in their work.
And though I was representing Mexico and I was representing my heritage and my culture, I still felt that I was not representing my identity.
It was then that they decided to start their own group in 2015, one of the first LGBTQ+ folklorico groups in the world, redefining the traditional boundaries in the centuries-old practice.
I still felt that I was going back into a closet because I was given the role of the father, the role of the groom, the role of the brother on stage, or representing a very linear existence. We're not here to change history. We're here to add our stories.
The art of Mexican folk dance depicts traditional representations of gender and sexuality, but Colibrí gives their own spin by having the men don skirts just like these.
Permite expresarnos tal y como somos.
It allows us to express ourselves authentically, and it makes us feel secure within the group and sure of ourselves when we go out and dance.
The more we embrace each other, and the more we accept that it's not so much about your label, but about being one kind of human being, the easier it'll be for everyone to just be happy with each other.
Magaña says that more and more groups like Colibrí are popping up and hopes that one day Colibrí is no longer an outlier. In Salinas, Stephanie Aceves, KION News Channel 546.